Today, I'm going to be reversing the overall of the best player on every single NBA team. This is going to absolutely destroy some players' careers. For other guys, they'll kind of just stay the same. And then some players, they might end up getting better. For the Sixers, Joel Embiid goes from a 97 to a 79, meaning now he's only the fourth best player on the team. Giannis is now going down to a 79 overall as well, but look at the Bulls. DeMar DeRozan just stays the same. The Bulls have just been kind of consistently mid. They didn't make any trades at the deadline, even though they really needed to upgrade. I don't know what they're doing. And then some guys, if you reverse their overall, they're going to go below 40, but of course 40 overall is the lowest in the game, so there's not really anything I can do for you there. They're just going to go down to 40. Jason Tatum, finally, we might see the Celtics reign in these type of videos, and I feel like they're always at least competing for some type of championship, conference finals. They're always cooking everybody, so this video, it might not happen. I'm sorry, Celtics fans, but y'all have been running things around here, and the way Kawhi plays in 2K, this might not even affect the Clippers that much. They absolutely destroy him in 2K, and Paul George and Kawhi both regress so much in this game. I don't know why. They must just hate the Clippers or something. Ja Morant, he's going to get his overall absolutely destroyed as well, and that's going to hurt the Grizzlies. They do have quite a bit of depth, so we'll see how things work out. But as you can see, there are going to be upgrades that go down. Trae Young is a 98 overall. Jimmy Butler, when it's not the bubble or the playoffs, bro's overall is dropping a ton. That's tough, man. And the next team we've got is the Charlotte Hornets. They're going to suck anyway, let's be honest. This is not going to affect anything. Sorry, LaMelo, I guess, but bro, they weren't doing anything anyway. Lauri Markkanen, you had your one season run. It's over for you now. Sorry, buddy. You had half a season, basically, a little over half a year. It's over. Domantas Sabonis, now you can do more cool passes, and maybe the Kings can light the beam a couple more times, so that's pretty nice. And then the New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson, you had your half a year run as well. You were absolutely cooking, but now you're just going to be mid. I'm sorry. It sucks, man. And then Bron, you were going crazy. You beat the scoring record, lost all motivation. Now you're only at 89 overall. Lamid is here. Franz is going to be going down to a 48 overall. He was the best player on the Magic. I feel like Paolo was for a while, but now I guess Franz overtook him in terms of overall. And then Luka, oh man. I feel like he could still win the MVP. I'm not going to lie. 79 overall, but the tendencies that they have Luka on, maybe I'm reaching. I'm probably reaching. Nick Claxton, he had his breakout season. It's over now. Jokic, you won a couple MVPs, but yeah, it's over for you too. Tyrese Halliburton, now you can do more passes and stuff. 98 overall is crazy. Him and Domantas Sabonis. 89 overall is the perfect overall to have if you're in this video, because 89 reverses to 98. That's crazy, I know. Zion Williamson, his career gets destroyed, but bro hasn't been out there lately. I really hope he can get healthy, because the Pelicans can be a force to be reckoned with. Ooh, that's a nice little phrase, but they could be a force to be reckoned with if Zion Williamson was out there hooping. And also, if you're enjoying the video so far, why not subscribe, man? If I ever fall off on YouTube and my videos stop popping up in your recommended, then boom, they're in your sub box. All right. We've got Keldon Johnson for the Spurs. This is another one that won't really affect anything. The Spurs are probably going to be bad regardless. Hey, Suns, y'all just got KD. It's over for him. I'm sorry. Y'all just added Durant to the roster, but Phoenix, y'all can't have anything. Do y'all think Phoenix is going to make it happen? I don't know. I think somebody might end up upsetting them. The Luka special part 2, is Luka going to go out there and beat them? I don't know. I feel like somebody's going to beat them. Maybe I'm a hater, but I think it might happen. Damian Lillard, no more Dame time. It's lame time. I'm sorry, buddy. Your career is over. Bro torched the Lakers last night, by the way. Their defense was getting absolutely fried by Damian Lillard and all his three-pointers. Steph, same thing, bro. Yeah, they removed the free three-point line. Get out the league, buddy. Our last team is the Washington Wizards. Bradley Beal. Oh, man. 78 overall. The Wizards need to pick a direction, please. I'm tired of seeing them, be in the middle of the pack. It's getting annoying. And then you've got the players who ended up staying relevant throughout this, but overall, the talent in this league got absolutely destroyed. When you look at the All-Star teams, there's still some, big-name players, don't get me wrong, but not the usual guys who you'd expect to see on an All-Star team. You've got Trae and Sabonis as your All-Star captains here. LeBron still manages to make the All-Star team, even at an 89 overall. You've got Pascal Siakam, Christian Wood. Overall, the talent on the All-Star team isn't as good as it would be in real life this season. But of course, that's what you'd expect. We ended up destroying a bunch of guys' careers. Trae Young went crazy winning the MVP. He has good tendencies, though, so I'd expect that with a higher overall. Jokic still does his thing. He's still trying to get an award. Imagine a guy going from winning MVP one year to Sixth Man of the Year next year. That'd be absolutely wild. Tyrese Halliburton, most improved player. I expect him to put up a little bit more scoring numbers, but it's Tyrese Halliburton. He likes to pass the ball and stuff, so not too surprising there. And then you've got Paul George. I was really expecting him to go crazy. I wanted him to get almost 30 a night because he should really be out there getting buckets without Kawhi. And James Harden, he needed to step it up. He can get more buckets. Y'all remember in Houston, he just did the little tween, step back. Yeah, that stuff was cash every time, so why can't he just do that again? And, that voice crack was kind of tough, but hopefully y'all didn't hear it. All right, the Kings, Sabonis didn't get that much better, to be honest. I'm kind of surprised by that, but Suke might not have his tendencies right. That's what a lot of this comes down to, is tendencies, but I think that makes the video more interesting, and honestly, I don't feel like changing all those tendencies, bro. I'll probably just mess it up. So, yeah, if y'all want to change the tendencies, y'all can do it on your own time. I'm not smart enough for all that. And on the all-defensive team, Evan Mobley, he needs to score a little bit more if Donovan Mitchell isn't out there getting buckets. Ben Simmons, he found the dog without all the other guys on the team. Who did we even, change on the Nets? Did I forget to change the Nets? I feel like I did. I don't even, have any recollection of changing any player on the Nets overall. So if I didn't, my bad. But they probably won't compete for anything anyway, to be honest. So we'll go ahead and we'll move on. We had guys getting buckets, just normal bucket getting players who get a little bit more opportunity. Nothing too surprising there. You know what's wild? I think DeMar DeRozan averaged 30 points per game last year. Let that sink in. And I'm not talking about the meme where the sink's at the door. I'm talking about let that sink in. That's kind of wild. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into the NBA standings. You had Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks, 98 overall. Trae, he's got a solid supporting cast. The Chicago Bulls just kind of stayed the same. So did the Raptors, and that ended up benefiting them. A lot of teams got worse. The Pacers, they were in here, a young team. They were able to make it. The Knicks, even with Jalen Brunson getting his overall kind of cooked, they were still able to do their thing. The Cavs did their thing. The Pistons took a step forward, even without Cade Cunningham, so that's kind of cool to see. The Miami Heat, guess they don't need Kyle Lowry, or not Kyle Lowry, my bad. Oh, Heat fans, I'm so sorry about the Kyle Lowry situation. I thought he was about to be a good pickup. The Celtics got destroyed by this, so did the Bucks. Giannis is still starting at the 4, though, and his numbers are kind of mid by this point, though. I mean, what would you expect? He's an 80. The efficiency sucks. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Giannis. Giannis is a really cool player. I feel like he's one of the more humble players in the league. Now we've got the Sacramento Kings with 98 overall Sabonis. So getting those 98 overalls on your team was really beneficial. I mean, it makes sense. They're 98 overalls. The Lakers still did their thing, and I didn't realize till the last second, but they did end up signing Miles Bridges. So maybe that's what... Anyway, bro, let's just go on to the next roster. We've got the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie and Luka still did their thing. I don't know, man. Kyrie, Luka, that's still a solid team, even if Luka's 80 and you got Christian Wood. The Warriors were benching Jordan Poole for John Wall, so that's a thing. The Memphis Grizzlies, they just have an overall solid supporting cast, so that kind of worked out. They benched Jokic for Thomas Bryant in Denver. The Pelicans, they've basically been running without Zion, pretty much the entirety of this year, so it wasn't anything too crazy for them to get used to. Phoenix without KD was pretty bad. The Portland Trail Blazers without Dame kind of managed. They're around the same spot where they are in real life at this point. Let's go ahead and let's get into these playoffs. If there's any game 7s in round 1, we'll try to hop in, but besides that, the first round isn't too important. There's a whole lot going on, and really once it gets down to the later rounds, we can lock in and focus in on the matchups, but ultimately there wasn't even any game 7s in this first round anyway. We had a Battle of LA series that the Lakers won in 6, the Kings won against the Pelicans, and the Denver Nuggets end up beating the Dallas Mavericks. The Hawks are moving on, the Pacers are moving on, and so are the Bulls and the Cavs. Let's go ahead and let's get into this second round, though, where we see teams starting to take early leads in their series. The only back and forth series we have is between Atlanta and also the Pacers. Overall, though, out west, things are already over in 5 games for both teams. The Lakers are moving on and the Grizzlies are moving on. Then out east, we do end up having a game 7 series between the Atlanta Hawks and Indiana Pacers. And the Hawks end up taking this one, the battle of 98 overall point guards, Trae Young versus Tyrese, and Trae ends up winning it with 31 and 14. 14. Come on, Danny, man. Lock in. 14 in game number 7. let's go ahead and let's get to these conference finals. We'll take a look at the rosters, and then we'll jump straight into it. Y'all can get an idea of what the teams are looking like. And for the Chicago Bulls, it's basically their same team. They didn't have any effect to their overalls. DeMar was an 88, so he didn't change. And then, of course, 98 overall Trae Young. The Lakers, 89 overall LeBron, still doing his thing. You got D'Lo, Malik Beasley, Lonnie, AD. And then the Grizzlies, it's just the supporting cast. They don't have Ja Morant anymore. I mean, they do, but he just doesn't end up playing because his overall went down. And despite that, they're dominating, up 3-0 on the Lakers early on. The Lakers do take a game looking to come back. They take another one, but ultimately the Grizzlies get him out of there in 6. And Desmond Bane is leading the way for Memphis. Trae Young leading the way for Atlanta, of course. And let's go ahead and let's get into this final series. I think that the Hawks might have the Grizzlies outmatched just because the Hawks have the big star of the matchup. No 90-plus overalls in Memphis, but we'll see what happens. The Grizzlies end up taking the first 2 games in a pretty surprising outcome for me, but the Hawks look to come back by taking a game, taking another game, but the Grizzlies get out of there in 6. I was kind of surprised by this outcome, man, but hey, the Memphis Grizzlies supporting cast is pretty solid. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.